Pretty much all I know is I'm really bad at cleaning my room, I rarely wear matching socks, and I have a Batman toothbrush. Yep, after 18 years of living with myself, I know virtually nothing about Adrienne Huffman. When asked, people will describe her as unique, different, weird. Yet in 12 years of school, the only classification Adrienne has managed to squeeze into is Most Original, Class of 2008. See, the trouble with Adrienne is, she's like a human chameleon. Only the chameleon is wearing a bright orange hunting vest. No matter how often she changes, which is quite often, she never seems to fit in. Let's start at the beginning. Okay, not that far back. Let's start at 7th grade. Having just managed to develop some status among her peers in her school in Michigan, Adrienne found herself uprooted and relocated to Cortland, New York. Her graduating class went from being a group of 80 students, all of whom she knew, to a class of nearly 200 students, none of whom she knew. For the entire 7th grade year, Adrienne was known as the weird new girl who laughed too much. In 8th grade, Adrienne still hadn't found much of a niche for herself. Confused, she decided to start buying her clothes from Abercrombie & Fitch, perhaps hoping that her new expensive clothes would win her some popularity. If that was her intention, it was horribly misguided, because since her clothes were so expensive, and Adrienne's funds so lacking, she ended up wearing the same outfit quite a lot. This, coupled with her quirky behavior, was quite probably what ultimately led to her demise. Okay, maybe that's a little melodramatic, but it's certainly what prevented her from gaining popularity. What's this? Our Adrienne? Trying to gain popularity? That doesn't sound like her. Adrienne doesn't care what anyone thinks. If Adrienne Huffman is just as focused on what other people think as the rest of us are, then everything I've lived by has been a lie. Well, I'm flattered, kids, but let me finish before you have a mental breakdown. Okay, 9th grade was more of the same. 10th grade, Adrienne started going off the deep end. In 10th grade, Adrienne discovered the wonders of vintage clothing. "This stuff is amazing," she said. "Everything is one of a kind. Isn't that the standard I've been trying to hold myself to all these years? How can I call myself unique if I've been buying the same clothes as everyone else?" So Adrienne started wearing weird stuff. A flaming orange polyester dress from the 70s over jeans and Converse sneakers? WTF, mate! And don't even get me started on her semi-formal getup. The real confusion took place during Adrienne's junior and senior years. In previous years, Adrienne was still a growing gal. She had quickly outgrown the Abercrombie & Fitch nonsense, and when she finally stopped growing, the clothes began to accumulate. By her junior year, Adrienne had so many clothes she didn't know what to do with them all. She started wearing a different style each week. Hippie? Punk? Freak? What was happening? Suddenly, all news of Adrienne stopped. Nobody knew what had become of her. Some thought that she had dropped out or graduated early. Others thought she was dead. A faint rumor circulated about her being an exchange student in Belgium or Russia or somewhere. And then she came home. People noticed something different about her, but they couldn't put a finger on it. Maybe it was because she had a slight accent from speaking a different language for so long. Maybe it was because she got a tattoo. Maybe, just maybe, it was the telltale bright enthusiasm that's seen in everyone who's seen the world outside this rat cage we call America. Something in her had changed. She exuded a new confidence that nobody had seen before. People found themselves wondering why they had disliked her. She was so creative and outgoing. She was so smart and fun to talk with. Okay, maybe that was only my reaction to her return. But for reals, she was so much cooler when she came home. What the hell happened? To this day, no one knows for sure. But experts hypothesize that Adrienne realized some things while she was traveling the world. That life is a time for learning, changing, and exploring. And hey, it's senior year. Who cares what these people think?